Winter and Viv and Basil. A little bit of a team. But Basil can't take the cold out here. Okay, we're gonna start this one. Today's task. In a very nice, calm way. Because we're gonna do pathways. And normally, pathways, cutting grass, would be a very loud, crazy, annoying thing. Think about the people who trim the neighborhood lawns and they use the blowers and it's just loud and you're like, you don't want those people next to you, right? You're like, shut up. Here at Noci, we do it a little different. We use electric lawnmowers and weeders and whackers and so on. Electric. No gas, no fumes, and the noise is only the blades hitting the grass. Still a little noisy, but nothing like a gas mower. I actually love cutting the grass. People wouldn't believe that, but it's true. When you see me out here cutting the grass and you think, oh, poor guy. It's not a poor guy. I love cutting the grass. I love seeing it transform from a rough, scruffy, undefined garden to this pristine, beautiful, I want to lay down, beautiful garden. It's like, it's magical what a clean pathway cut grass will do for your garden. So, come with me, I'll show you one of the most amazing machines I get to use. The electric 0-point lawnmower. Okay, we're gonna go cut the grass. We're gonna start right here in the front of the building. We got a big lawn out here, about a half an acre, about an acre with the two lawns. And we got another, maybe 2 acres behind the building. This lawn is a sheep grass, which is a no-mow grass, but it's not established yet. So there's a lot of other grasses in here still. And so I have to cut it about 5 inches, 4 inches, to let the sheep grass go to seed this spring, and then it should take over. And you're gonna meet my favorite machine. Here we go. Doesn't the building look nice with the doors open? My electric lawnmower. Now the cool thing about this mower is it's electric for one. 2, I just need to plug it in. Awesome thing about it is that it's always ready for me and it's super simple. It's only got 3 motors and the motors are electric motor and then it has to drive down in the blade, right? And then you see at my feet, it has 3 lights. If the lights are green, the blades are having no problem. They turn yellow, there's too much resistance happening. I need to raise the blade or slow down. Red, way too much problems happening. I'm hitting the ground, something like that. And I should raise my deck. Super simple. Watch the lights, do your handles, cut the grass. We're gonna head back to the back garden, cut the pathways back there between the gardens. I'm almost done with the front path, the front lawns. So, here we go. You want to be part of the garden, in my mind. And part of the garden is the pathway that you're on. It's not just you know, looking into the garden. Oh, there's a garden over there. It's actually at your feet is the garden. And that's super important to me. And I've designed everything around having grass pathways wherever I go. Grass pathways and walls dividing gardens. Super important. And we're talking about pathways. Another important part of the element of pathway for me is not just the clean line, which I'm creating here, but it's what happens on the sides. And so for me on the sides, I've started with a layer of trees on both sides. Every pathway we go throughout these gardens, there's lining in trees. And what I chose to do was fruit trees. So we have a peach tree, we have an apple tree, we have an apricot tree. And I didn't put the trees next to each other, I staggered them in most places. Some places, I did put them in line, like the cherry trees and the peach trees. But for the most part, I did not. And that was my permaculture idea, so the pests can't jump from tree to tree. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it was the idea. Now, below the trees, in this pathway, it's strawberries. This is strawberries and flowers. But most pathways, I'm trying to define it with flowers. Different cutting flowers, flowers that will shade things out, like we're doing with the artichokes. So pathways that are clean, and then soft, colorful, and then height. That's been my plan throughout Noci. And this is a good example. Even though it's winter and you can't see it all happening, it's a good example. We'll come back to this during the spring when you can see how this will really look. Leafed out, flowered, pathway, amazing. But that's how I'm thinking. I think very visual, and then what can I use? So the pathway is visual and I can lay in it. I'd love to be in the pathway. Next to it, I can cut flowers, eat strawberries, gather fruit from the trees. So many things are happening right there in that pathway. It's not just a pathway, it's an adventure. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna leave you with this parting shot of the tunnel of Noci that cuts through all the different gardens and is lined in peach trees, about 60 of them, and has different things coming up the trellis walls, which will take a few years. I'm gonna leave you this shot because to me, it's one of the most beautiful scenes at Noci. Just listen to the wind and the birds. It's great. You know, when I leave these shots, you know, it's over. You could spend some time here looking at this if you like. I'll give you a few more minutes. You need a few more minutes? Okay, I'll be back.